Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and obviously from the title of the video, I'm going to be doing my story time on how I found out I was pregnant at 18, which I mean technically I'm an adult, so it's fine. But yeah, if you guys want to see how I found out I was pregnant and kind of like my friends' reactions and like my parents, or I guess my mom's reactions and my boyfriend's family's reactions, just keep watching. So I believe it was March 15th of this year, so March 15th, 2019. I was at work and I was like talking to my coworkers and I was like, yeah, I haven't got my period, which is like not normal for me, this video is such a TMI. Not really, not such a TMI, but it's kind of a TMI, so I'm warning you because this is awkward. So basically I was at work and I was like, but I like felt like if I was pregnant I would know. Like I would know I was pregnant. So I was like convincing myself, I feel like, that I was like, no, you're gonna take it and it's gonna tell you no and your period's gonna come tomorrow. Because I feel like any other time I was like it literally showed up the next day. So I was like, all right, we're good. And so I was driving home and I texted Ramon. I was like, honestly, I just need to take this test. It's gonna say no and I'll be fine. Like, I just need to take it and get it out of my system so I know I'm not pregnant. Because I was 150% convinced I was not pregnant. Like, but something in me, when I was driving home was like, I don't know. I think once the realization, like, I have to go to the store and I'm gonna buy this, like, I think once I really started thinking about it, I was like, maybe I am pregnant. And it was kind of scaring me, because so never in my life have I ever marked my period on a calendar, and for some reason in February, so the month before, I did. And that was really weird for me, because again, like, I had never ever done that, and then here I am the next month and I don't have a period. But for some reason the month before I marked it. But you know, whatever. So then I go to the store, I buy them, I come home, and I like look at Ramon, and I was like, okay, yeah, like, we just gotta take it, and it's gonna say no, and then it'll be all good in the hood. So Ramon stays in the bedroom, and I go into the bathroom, and I take the test, I pee on it, and right when I put it on the counter, like, right when I put it on the counter, so like, I peed, put it on the counter, finished going to the bathroom, I look at this pregnancy test right here. I look at it and immediately it has 2 lines, and I was like taken back, and I just kind of looked at it for like 5 seconds, and I ran out of my bedroom, or the bathroom, went into my bedroom, and I just like looked at Ramon and I started crying, and he just like looked at me and was like, what do you, like, what? So I like tell him, I'm like, I'm pregnant, and he was like, no, you're not. Like, no, like, no way. Like, not like in a mad or like upset way or any way, but he just was like he was on the same page that I was, where it's like, I'm not pregnant. It's not gonna happen. Like, I'm crazy. And so he goes into the bathroom, I show it to him, and I'm like, look. And he just was quiet and was just like, what are we gonna do? And I don't know about you, but personally, like, I believe everybody has their own choice, can do whatever they want. I am not, like, an abortion for me is just like one of those things where it's like, if I was the adult to like do the act, I gotta be the adult and take care of the act. And I've always felt that way, so it's kind of just like, I just like told him that, and he was just like, it's your decision, like 150%. It's like whatever you want to do. And I was just like, yeah, I was like hysterical. So it's just like, I didn't really know like what to say, what to do, anything like that. So then he went out of the bathroom, and I took another one just because I'm like, maybe the first one's wrong. And so I took the other one, same exact thing, as soon as I put it on the counter. And like, usually pregnancy tests are like, wait 3 to 5 minutes, or like wait 1 to 3 minutes or something. You have to wait for them. And it was to the point where like, as soon as I like peed on it, it was like, nah, you pregnant, like you pregnant. And so I was just kind of like, oof, you really did it this time, Leah. And so it was just kind of, I don't know. So then I went outside And I was like, I just need to like separate from Ramon. Like I just need to collect my thoughts, because I mean, shit. And so I went outside and I called my old boss. He was my boss at the time, because me and him were very close. So I called him and I was like hysterical, and I'm just like telling him everything, and he was just kind of like it's okay, like it's whatever you want to do, like don't feel pressured into anything, like Ramon's opinion, like it's what you want to do at the end of the day. And so I was kind of like, oh, okay. And I guess at the same time Ramon had called his sister, and I don't really know what their conversation was about, but the way his sister is, she's very sweet, I'm sure it was just the same conversation. And so I came back inside and he was like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And we just kind of talked about everything, and that was that. And so we just kind of like were in bed and just like, shit, like we did this, so what, like really just trying to figure out like what are we gonna do, like are we capable of doing this? And me and Ramon have been together for the last 4 years. We actually just, our 4-year anniversary just passed. So I was like, I mean, it's not like you some random, so I mean like it was fine. And I don't know, and so like after that it was just kind of like okay. So then I called my doctor's office and I called them. They asked me like, I basically was like, I took pregnancy tests. They all said I'm pregnant, and they were like, okay, like do you know when your last period was? And I was like, actually I do, and I swear to the Lord above, like any other month I would have not known what my exact last start of my period was, but I did this to myself. Oh well. So I gave them that, and they were like, okay, well on Saturday we're gonna have like a nurse call you, and after that like you'll have like a doctor's appointment and everything, but they just have to like have, like you have to call them first before you go to the doctor. You can, I don't know, for me at least for me. And so I was just like, okay. And so at this point my mom's in Thailand, so she went on vacation, so it's not even like I can like cry and confess to my mom right away and get it off my chest. She's in Thailand, so I'm not gonna call her, I'm not gonna text her, because like I'm not gonna tell her this over the phone. And so I was just like, okay, whatever. So I like go to work and like it's whatever, and I tell like a few people at work, because I'm just like, I don't know what to do, like being a crybaby about it. And so then I believe it's Saturday at this point, and on Saturday I had the phone call from the nurse, and she basically was like, okay, like asking me all types of questions, like I don't know, just like random questions that they ask you. And then she asked me for my last missed period, or my start of my last period. I told her that, and then they determined my due date was November 14th 2019, and they booked me a doctor's appointment. So at this point I'm like waiting for my doctor's appointment, but I had to wait a few weeks, because by the time I had called, they again, based off my last period date, they assumed I was about around 5 weeks 5 days. So they didn't want me to go in until I was around 7 or 8 weeks. Yeah, like 7 weeks, so many days, whatever. And so I was like, okay. So then I had to like wait, and I mean at that point it's like, I don't know what to do, like I don't know, it's just kind of scary. So I was just like, okay, like I guess. And so I'm just like sitting there waiting with Ramon, like just kind of like within like this time period. And we told my grandma first. Yeah, told my grandma first, and my grandma was very excited because my mom only has me and my sister. My sister doesn't have any kids, so this would be her first like great grandkid. So she was very excited and very like happy. So I mean that made me feel better that like as of this point everybody I had told was very like nice about it and very kind. And my grandma was just kind of like, your mom had 2 kids by the time she was your age, which is true. My mom had my sister at 14 and then me at 19. So she was just kind of like, we will get through it, it'll be fine, everything's gonna be a-okay. She's like, you went to school, because I am a licensed esthetician, and she's like, you went to school, you have a career. She was just like, Ramon has a job, he gets paid well, like it'll be okay. So I was like, okay, I guess. And so then, now it's April 1st 2019, and we have our first doctor's appointment. So Ramon, it was right after Ramon got off of work, so we go and meet my doctor. It's very awkward because they don't do a regular ultrasound. they like stick this wand in your vagina, and that's how they see if there's a kid or not. And so we're right there, and we're like looking at the monitor, because the monitor's on this side. We're like looking, and she's just like, oh, right here, and like shows us, and all you see is this tiny like little speck. And she's like, there's your baby. And I was like, and like, I don't know if I started crying. Like, I think I was about to start crying. I just like held it in, and I was like, wow. Because I feel like there's a fly. Because I feel like before then I really didn't, I don't know. Do you see this fly? Before then I was just kind of like, whatever about it. I was just like, I don't know, I guess. Sure. But seeing him, and like, we got to hear his heartbeat, this freaking fly. We heard his heartbeat, and like, I feel like all of that, like, that made it so real that I was just like, oh my goodness, like, it's crazy. And so actually by that point my mom had already known. Let's rewind a little bit. So it's probably like a week after I had found out, she got home, and I had just gotten off of work, and then I had to do, I had a lash client coming, so I was like, okay, so I had worked at Ulta, and I was also doing eyelash extensions at home, so then I had a client coming right when I got home from work, so I was like, okay, let me just run in her room, get it off my chest, and then I won't have to deal with this any longer. And so I went in her room, and I was just like, I have something to tell you. Like, as soon as I saw her, like, I was just like, ugh. And she's like, what? And I was like, I'm pregnant. And I start crying, because, I mean, it's Jesus Christ. Because, I mean, that's your mom. And I feel like no matter how old you are, that's, like, always something scary. I mean, unless you're, like, hella grown and, like, married. But I don't know. I was just scared and, like, nervous to tell her that she's gonna beat my ass. And so I just, like, look at her, and she's just like, are you excited? And I was like, you're not gonna kill me? And she was like, no, like, you're a grown-up, like, you're an adult, like, I can't hold your hand through life. And so I was like, okay. And I mean, I know that's not every parent's reaction, but for me, like, that was just very easy. And this fly will be the death of me. Like, where I see it, and then it goes away. If it's bug, oh no, I think I actually killed it. Oh, nope, it's alive. Okay. But yeah, so that was like my mom's reaction. She was very nice about it. And so, I mean, again, everybody that I had told, it was very nice. I had told my cousin at this point, my cousin who's like my aunt, I told her, and so she was the same exact thing. Like, I had my daughter at your age, like, it'll be okay. Like, everybody was just telling me it'll be okay. So I feel like that made me really feel like it was okay, like, and I would be okay. And then, so at this point, we saw the baby maybe twice. So we had the first initial appointment, and then I believe I went back at 12 weeks, and then we saw him there, and he was moving, being a little crazy pants. And then after that we went, it was probably like 2 weeks, so it was I was 14 weeks pregnant at this point, and we did a regular ultrasound, but basically we went somewhere else rather than my doctor, and they basically can tell you early the gender of your baby is. And we didn't do a gender reveal or anything, because me and Ramon are both very antsy people. So since we're so like antsy like that, we're like, no, we need to know, like, and I, in my gut, in my soul, I knew I was having a boy. Like, I knew I was having a boy. Like, my family was kind of like, oh, like, what, like, I don't know, I feel like the bets were like 50-50, but I wanted a boy. I knew I was having a boy, and so I feel like, I don't know, it's just like crazy. I'm sorry if you hear my dogs snoring, they're all taking a nap right now. But like, I don't know, so my sister was in town from Arizona. Sorry, this like eyelash right here, this extension keeps like dropping. But my sister was in town from Arizona because she had gotten her wisdom teeth pulled at my mom's office. So I mean, like, that's coincidence. And so I was like, oh, like, come with us. So it was me, Ramon, my sister, her husband, and then Ramon's friend Alan went. So we go, and she's like doing the ultrasound on my stomach, and right away, I knew. She like just like kind of, oh God, she like looks at us and is just kind of like, can you tell? And I was like, it's a boy. And she was like, yeah. And so she points like the little computer mouse arrow on it, and it's just like, yep, it's a boy. And we were like everybody was just like, oh my god, like, it's a boy. And that's the thing too, is like in my family, it's like I feel like we're so overran by girls that like we're getting a boy. And so yeah, so that's just kind of how I found out I was pregnant. My mom's reaction, my grandma, it was very, or my boyfriend too, I guess. And I mean, like, everybody in my whole family has been very supportive. Ramon's family has been nothing but supportive. So I mean, it's like, I feel like since, and my friends too, and I feel like because of that, that's made everything so much easier on me, and I never had to like stress. I mean, I stressed out when I like didn't, when my mom didn't know, and like all of that. But I mean, once like I had to get over that initial like telling people, like, just the fact that everybody was so kind and everybody was just so loving and very like, like, I feel like made it so much easier, and it still has made it so much easier on me. And when I tell you the amount of gifts this boy has, like, it's insane. It is actually insane. Like, he has, this is his changing table right here. I kind of just like use it because this is my side of the bed. I use it to like hold my stuff when I'm like eating. So I'm just like, because I don't have the changing pad on there yet. But like these 3 drawers, like little cubbies, are full of stuff. He has two drawers full of clothes, and like he has like a little bouncer that my grandma had gotten him. Like, he just has so much stuff already that I'm so thankful, because I didn't purchase any of this. And so I just feel like, again, with all the love for my family and, oh, okay, not my dogs apparently, but all the love from my family and like my friends, that like, it's made it so easy. I'm gonna cry. But yeah, so again, that's just how I found out I was pregnant at 18. I am 19 now, so my 19th birthday did pass. I found out I was pregnant in March, and then I turned 19 in May. So I will be having my son when I'm 19. And then right, if he comes on his due date or around or before his due date, so he's due November 14th, and Ramon's birthday is November, this fucking fly. Ramon's birthday, so Ramon being my boyfriend, his birthday is November 22nd. So they're only it's only a 7-day difference. So I tell him, like, if your son doesn't want to come out, like, he's gonna be born on your birthday. And so yeah, so I will be 19 and Ramon will also be 19, possibly turning 20, because we're 6 months apart. And so yeah. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my little story time on how I found out I was pregnant and everybody's reactions. I want to do more videos, but I need like video suggestions because it's kind of blank in here, man. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, as I will be doing more sit-down story times, my weekly pregnancy updates, and also a little bit of vlogging here and there. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.